if you were doing a position, see how you're kind of wide. Fucking head down. That there, that's like max slow. So we're essentially trying to do VFS while we're all cupping and doing a dead dog. Like imagine trying to do fucking like a 4-way flat at 55%. So that's what we're doing here. So we need to speed that up. We all need to be flying at like 94, 93, 94% in the tunnel, if not faster, 95, 96. So question yourself, how's my legs, how's my arms? If you're feeling a burble, you're like, whoa, when you're burbling, don't put more drag out to stabilize, accelerate to stabilize. If you put more drag out, drag is slower, so surface area causes drag, you're going to slow down. So in that circumstance, speed up. That's why when we had a bit of confusion here as well. So you can see there was 2 times we let go of the grips. I think you might have mistook me for when I was trying to shake our hands down as like drop the grip maybe. And that could have been why you dropped that grip on the other side. So really trying to think about grabbing these grips, flying them. Cool, we're flying good, it's a bit slow.
I think that's what because you moved your hand as well, and I said, oh, it's a signal.
Yeah, no. So my signals and my keys for the next point will always be this. And it's going to be a big one, so you'll see. So if I'm fucking around my hands, I'm probably just trying to move something or coach someone as well. So unless you see me like, get the fuck off me, I can't. But otherwise, the next point will be a key. So don't let go until you see that key. Keep flying. So a big thing is going to be this vertical speed. So really accelerating. You can see our tendency is to go slow. Yeah, so if we had those, if it wobbles as well like that, if you can see it break anywhere, see how it broke here? If it breaks, that's a signal for these people here on the side just to get off. As soon as it breaks, just get off, let whoever, like as in here, let whoever has broken join it. Because you can see that part there, because there's that grip, that's almost what's kind of aiding to that pushing forward. And I think you've kind of gone to dock on there a little bit as well, and that's kind of pushed it forward as well. So if there's not that reference with that hand gripped, it's a lot harder for him to get that reference of if he's going forward or not and stabilize. So you've done a good job to stay head down there with that pushing. So that's why we want to really accelerate down rather than trying to add drag to stabilize going slower. So I think I felt you just get on there, Bella. Cool. So yeah, same thing here. If I'm doing, as I'm leading, the thing that I'm saying to myself, I'm saying the 3 repeating stuff. As vertical, I'm saying, how's my speed? I'm looking at the speed. How's the group? When I look at the group, I see, okay, not too wide, but I look over here, I see Bella's got her fingers out.
It's upside down palm.
Yeah, I can see he's flying a bit of a slower position. He's kind of in a medium position. He's light and wearing a jumper, so that tells me it's going pretty slow, yeah? And then I go, how am I? All right, I feel pretty slow, so I'm going to try and speed up. So that's where when we want to try and go fast. If you guys are thinking, how are my legs, all that stuff, or how's my level, you can see here everyone's head level. The only one that's on level at the moment is probably Amy. Everyone else is off level. So that's why as soon as we start going to move now, all those people who are more on level on the head down are now essentially burbling the other guys, because the front row, you guys were off level. Yeah, so if we're doing an angle today, what our angles are going to be doing, because we're going to be vert and desert, or desert and vert. Actually, I'm going to get rid of this, sorry. It's easier this way. So we can see the horizon now. Okay, so we'll use the horizon for this drawing. We'll fuck off over here, so we got no one there. That's going to be our head level, like this. Yeah, on that horizon. So if we're on an angle, it's like this, and the belly person should be here. Right, you don't want to be up around this area. And if we're vertical, same thing, you know, like this. So if all of a sudden we're going to go on an angle, and this person, even here, is off level, they're up here, and the angle starts moving, now they're off level straight away, or vice versa if it's going to go the other way. And we had what we had on that last one. 1, 2, and fucking this one, and then old mate here's off level. You can see how they're going to get burbled straight away by this person here if we're moving in this direction. And that's what's happening back here. So you can see on the debrief as well where the head levels are. So a good head level on the belly, slightly behind bells, and you can see these guys here. So which one do you reckon is on level the best at the moment?
Oh, the red, yeah.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, so slightly too far forward, slightly too far forward, slightly too far behind, slightly too far behind. around this area is good. But now you can see here, you're probably a little bit off level. Yeah, so these guys are higher.
So when you say like the horizon line and everyone, so do you want us more stacked up in like a line rather
Yeah.
than on top of each
Yeah,
other?
like this. So if I'm here and I'm a vertical and I go moving, you don't want to move like this.
Yeah.
You want to move like.
So could he like line your head up with the horizon? So his view, he lines your head with the horizon. It means that he's almost looking
Yep.
straight through it, right?
Yeah.
And
If
then-
you're a little bit forward, it's all right, but you don't want to be here or obviously too far. You can see here, obviously Max. So what I want to try and preach as much today as I can, especially from this first jump, what we can see is a lot of it. Everyone's kind of thinking their own shit. We're not thinking as a team, and we're like, we're fuck not sure what's happening. So we all need to start reading each other, not just ourselves, but the person. What were you laughing at, Bella? You
Oh,
zooming
I
past
was
behind or
doing
something?
360s trying to work out which way I was going to go. The ball.
So fucking hell. So a lot of this is going to be awareness of each other. See, he's looking at us as well. That's good. So rather than just looking straight at a cross partner, looking around, having to see who else is there. Really bringing awareness, making sure you're not dropping early or anything like this. Okay. Obviously, if it gets hectic, you start getting pushed, then you start going internal. But really try to just calm that mind down and then start looking around and seeing what else is there. Sweet. So that's not a technical jump. That should be the easiest jump we can do. Everything should be harder than that. It's just going to be fixing those little things. So with the reason I say the vertical and the head level like that is because if we're going vertical, we can fly like this close here. The burbles doesn't matter. As soon as we start going at an angle, if we go like this, we're going to burble the other person. So if we do go on an angle, the only thing that happens is this distance here increases until we get to that. And that way we can stay on level. So this person here's on their back looking at that person. You can see that their head level's docking more with their feet, and that way the burble's clear. The other way it's the belly, so they can put their foot on their head in the rig. As soon as it goes steeper again, we're trying to do this again because then we can come closer again. Makes sense? If you're here, you can be real close. Back, like that. Cool. If you do slot it forward, I'm not going to fucking cap you. It's all good. Alright, let's go dirt dive this next one a bit more thoroughly than that last. And then